If you are a woman over 30, your body has already started changing. Even if your health report says everything is normal, there is a silent shift that has begun underneath. Hello everyone, my name is Avni, and this is going to be one of the most important conversations I'll probably have on this channel. Especially if you're a woman in your 30s, 40s, or beyond, this video is going to be very, very useful to you. See, we are constantly told to look younger, have fewer wrinkles, be more energetic, more productive, more beautiful, almost as if we are expected to be frozen in time. But you know what? Aging isn't the problem. That's the most normal thing for any natural being, if you see. The real problem is that no one teaches us how a woman's body changes with time, how to support it through those changes, to feel beautiful in every changing season. But there is a way. There is a way to move through every stage of life, feeling energetic, emotionally balanced, graceful, and deeply connected to your body. And that's exactly what I want to talk about today. So, in this video, we are going to look at three different stages of life. Okay, first, what we can begin doing from the age of 30 to 40 when these subtle hormonal shifts have begun. Okay, then we will move into the years of 40 to 50 when the signs of perimenopause become more noticeable. And finally, we will talk about menopause itself, how to embrace this phase with confidence, reduce unnecessary discomfort, and continue living a vibrant and meaningful life. See, our bodies are changing every single day, okay? Every day our cells renew, our hormones shift, our nervous system responds to the way we live. So, just like nature has seasons, our bodies have seasons too. Yet, somewhere along the way, we've been taught to fight these seasons instead of understanding them. And one of the biggest shifts that happens is around the age of 30. It's a quiet shift, but a very, very, very significant shift. So, if you're going to your annual health checkup, your reports may look perfectly normal. Your blood tests may all come back within the range, and yet somewhere something begins to feel different. You must have started noticing that your energy has changed, your sleep patterns have changed, your emotions feel very, very different or heavy, in fact. Your body is trying to tell you something with all of this. Not that it is failing, but it's actually entering a new season. What's even more surprising is that today many women are getting their menopause or signs of perimenopause as early as their 30s, and many of them are actually seeing in their late 20s also. But at the same time, there are also women who move through this menopause with remarkable grace. Women who remain energetic, mentally sharp, and physically active well into their 60s. These women are my inspirations. And in fact, some of these women have also conceived in their late 40s and delayed menopause further. Now, I'm not saying that everyone is supposed to just look at this phase, either they are fertile enough or not, but just to be able to embrace the changing nature of our body and to feel comfortable in our body. That's the whole goal of this video. The point is that aging is inevitable, but how we experience aging doesn't have to be that way. So let's first understand some of the early signs that your body is going through hormonal shifts. And not every woman will experience all of these. And definitely, excuse me, these signs can definitely have different causes. But if you are noticing several of them together, it's worth paying attention to. The first is difficulty in sleeping. If you are unable to sleep properly or you keep waking up again and again during the night, this could be one of the early signs of hormonal shift. The second is changes in your appetite. You no longer feel hungry at your usual meal times. Some days you don't feel like eating at all, and on other days you are feeling very hungry all the time. Your body's rhythm around the food has started becoming irregular. Third, chronic stress. And honestly, I think this is such a big one. One thing I've learned, and something that has genuinely helped me, is to simply ignore what doesn't deserve my energy. I know, as a woman, we have this tendency of taking everything to our heart. We keep wondering, why did she say that? Why did he behave this way? Did I do something wrong? Am I enough? Could I have handled things differently? And before we know it, we've spent so much of our energy analyzing other people's behavior instead of living our own life. There's only so much we can control. The more you learn to let go of what is outside of your control and focus on doing good for yourself, taking care of yourself, the more energy you will have for other things in life that truly matter. Number fourth is nutritional deficiency and poor gut health. If you're eating reasonably well, but you are still experiencing aches and pains, fatigue, and feel like your body isn't absorbing nourishment well, it's worth paying attention to. Joint pain, frequent headaches or migraines, low libido, and vaginal dryness. If you notice that your desire for intimacy has reduced significantly compared to before, it could be another sign that your body is showing hormonal shifts. The good news is that there are many ways to support your body through this phase. In Ayurveda, gentle massage around vulva with nourishing oils like sesame or coconut oil is traditionally recommended to help nourish the tissues and improve comfort if you are experiencing dryness. But of course, if your symptoms are persistent or severe, it's also important to discuss them with your healthcare provider, okay? The next one is frequent mood swings and anxiety. I think almost like all of us can really relate to this one. Sometimes we think we are reacting only because of a difficult situation or because of someone else's behavior. And yes, life can certainly be stressful. But if you notice that your emotions feel much more intense than before and you're feeling anxious without really understanding why, this could be this could also be your body's way of signaling that something is changing. Extreme fatigue. If you're feeling tired throughout the day, even after getting some what seems like enough sleep, don't ignore it. And in Ayurveda, it is suggested to often avoid afternoon naps. If you're feeling very tired, just 15 to 20 minutes of nap is fine, but avoid sleeping more than that. And I know it isn't easy because you're already feeling exhausted because of poor night sleep. But many of these practices that we'll discuss later in this video, which will improve your nighttime sleep and so your body can feel naturally more rested during the day. Okay. And you may also begin noticing more dryness throughout your body. Like your skin may feel drier than before, your hair may feel dull, you may notice dandruff on your scalp, then aging signs like fine lines, and in fact, your periods may also become irregular, or maybe they are more heavier, more painful, or scanty, or less predictable than before. A lot of these signs are actually just trying to show you that your body is going through a natural change. The important thing is not to become afraid of these changes or feel that something is wrong with you, because your body isn't failing, it's just changing. And change is a natural part of being a woman. Our job is to understand these changes and learn how to support our bodies through them. The beautiful thing is that there are many daily practices that can make this transition much gentler. One more thing I want to mention before we move forward is that while menopause is a very natural stage of life and it cannot be prevented, the age at which women experience perimenopausal phases, symptoms can definitely be changed, and that too significantly through lifestyle, nutrition, sleep, stress, genetics, and all overall health also play a huge role in this. So our goal isn't to fight aging, our goal is to nourish the body and support healthy hormonal function for as long as possible and move through every stage of life with strength, grace, and vitality. So, let's now talk about the foods, daily rituals, and practices that can help support your body during this phase. From the age of 30 to 35, this is the time to begin deeply nourishing your body. Start with 10 to 12 soaked and peeled almonds every morning. Almonds are considered deeply nourishing in Ayurveda. They support strength, vitality, healthy tissues, and are specially valued for supporting the brain and nervous system. Second is good quality milk, either cows or buffalo milk. But suppose dairies doesn't suit you, you can start with coconut milk. That can be a very good alternative. A warm glass of milk along with some soaked almonds can make a nice nourishing breakfast for you. In Ayurveda, it is also recommended to have a light breakfast and dinner, and your largest meal should be your lunch, because at that time your digestive fire is naturally at its strongest. So you can keep that in mind. Number 3, honey. Honey is traditionally considered nourishing when consumed in moderation, and it supports vitality also. Number 4, black raisins. Many of the symptoms that we discussed earlier, which is like dryness, anxiety, disturbed sleep, are associated with increase in air element in the body, which is also known as vata in Ayurveda. So black raisins are traditionally believed to help balance vata, nourish the body, and support strength and gently calm the nervous system. So you can either soak these raisins, 10 to 12 raisins, overnight and have them in the morning, or simply saute them in ghee or clarified butter and have like that. 5th is fruit. One of the fruits that Ayurveda has traditionally valued is pomegranate. It is rich in antioxidant, and you can have that with some seasonal fruit. You can have these two every single day. Walnuts. During the summer, it's preferred to soak walnuts overnight, or in winters you can simply have them as it is. Walnuts are one of the richest plant sources of omega-3 fatty acids, and obviously we all know it's important for brain health. It also contains healthy fats, antioxidants, minerals that support heart health, reduce inflammation, and contribute to healthy aging. Moong dal. Moong dal is an excellent source of nourishment and is gentle on digestion also. Sweet potatoes are another wonderful additions during this phase. You can have millets in moderation, and one of the best thing that you can have is herbal teas. They break down the lethargy of the body. There are many herbal teas like cumin seeds, cumin tea, carom seeds tea, blue pea tea, chamomile tea, that can be had to support your body in different ways. I'm gonna make a different video on herbal teas, because there are like good 15 to 20 different herbal teas that can be had for various causes. So we'll get into the details in that video. Now, these are simply the foods that can gently nourish the body over time, and how you eat them also matters a lot for a good digestion, because important thing is to have your meals at a fixed time. Number 2, have only 60 to 70% of your appetite, and keep the rest for water and air. That kind of helps in better digestion and absorbing the nutrition from your meals. And you can have ajwain water or jeera water along with your food to kind of boost your digestion further. Now comes what I personally think is one of the most beautiful practices in Ayurveda. And if there is just one ritual I would want every woman to incorporate in her life, it would be self-oil massage. This is traditionally done every morning on an empty stomach before exercise or any meal. And according to Ayurveda, Abhyanga nourishes the body deeply. It supports healthy aging, fertility, hormonal balance, healthy skin, strong hair, and overall vitality. It's traditionally recommended during the postpartum period also, and even for breastfeeding mothers, because it is considered that deeply nourishing for the body. And I often think of it this way: we spend so much of time, thinking about what to eat, but we forget that our skin is our largest organ, which also needs nourishment. And oftentimes we try and give it through some lotions which may include chemicals, which could be hormone disruptors. So going for nice natural good quality sesame oil or coconut oil could be a nice way to nourish your skin, and giving it a good oil. Your skin will truly thank you for this. In Ayurveda, there is a beautiful saying that, as women, our bodies, they start with looking like a grapefruit, and then over time they become raisins, because over time our bodies start drying out. And what Abhyanga does, it it helps in providing the moisture to your body, the lubrication to your body, so that your bodies can dry out slowly, or in fact may not dry at all. It can always, stay in a nice hydrated, lubricated and moistured environment. Obviously it's gonna age, but it doesn't have to lose its moisture. So daily oil massage is one of the traditional ways Ayurveda recommends to replenish that nourishment and helping the body to retain its softness and natural lubrication. It is also believed that regular oil massage can help calm down the excess heat and air elements in the body, and that brings sense of stability, warmth and relaxation to the body as well. The practice itself is very simple. Take sesame oil, choose whichever, like a nice good quality organic or cold pressed sesame oil. Warm it slightly, either on a stove or in your palms itself, and then begin by massaging your body gently in a loving and attention way. Massage, your scalp, your neck, your shoulders, your arms, your chest, your abdomen, your hips and legs, your feet. Use long strokes on limbs and then circular, movements around the joints. And I'm going to create a separate video, on a detailed video on how to do Abhyanga properly, because there's so much to learn about it. But then you can just start by practicing this every morning on an empty stomach whenever possible. It's one of the most beautiful gifts that you can give to your body and your mind. Another thing that you'll notice during this phase of life is that your body naturally starts becoming drier. Your skin gets drier, hair, joints feel stiffer. So that is why Ayurveda focuses on reducing excess dryness and increasing nourishment in the body. So, I mean, obviously, at this stage, I don't even need to tell you, but reduce alcohol as much as possible. Instead of drinking very cold and water or iced beverages, choose warm or room temperature water, and warmer beverages. According to Ayurveda, excessive cold foods and drinks can also weak digestion and block your channels. So, uh, go ahead and have warmer foods and nice, lighter meals instead of raw salads, which could be very difficult to digest. Cooked vegetables are generally considered easier to digest. So, and that way it helps body to absorb nutrients even more efficiently. Another important factor is sleep. Lack of sleep can increase dryness in the body. So, whenever possible, try to get in bed around 9:30 to 10 p.m. And getting around 8 hours of sleep is important, but what is equally important is the timing when you sleep. So, if you're sleeping at 1 a.m. and waking up at 9, thinking you've gotten 8 hours of sleep, it doesn't work like that. Our bodies are definitely in rhythm. Our circadian rhythms are in sync with sun and moon, so definitely you should try and be in synchronization with that. When we regularly stay awake late into night, that rhythm can become disrupted. This is one of the reasons why many people notice they feel more anxious, emotionally sensitive, or mentally exhausted after several nights of poor or late sleep also. So the more consistently we honor that rhythm, the better our body is able to repair, restore, and support healthy hormonal function. And finally, because dryness naturally increases with age, according to Ayurveda, make sure that you're including healthy fats in your diet. Good quality ghee, nuts, seeds, and other nourishing fats help support the body's natural lubrication and provide the nourishment it needs during this phase of life. Now, from the age of 35 to 40, your sleep, stress, and cortisol begin playing a much bigger role in how you feel. So, your focus now should be on keeping air element in your body, which is vata, balanced. The first and most important practice is the daily Abhyanga massage that we discussed earlier. Second is warm and spiced milk. So you can start adding pinch of nutmeg or turmeric or cardamom, saffron, whatever makes it deeply warming, and have this nourishing milk every day. This is also the time to increase healthy fats in your diet. So the fats that we discussed, make sure that now you're having all of it on a regular basis. Include vegetables like bottle gourd and pumpkin, avocado now in your diet. Continue having walnuts, flax seeds, sesame seeds, jaggery, dates, and raisins. These foods provide deep nourishment as the body slowly begins changing. From the age of 40 to 45, during this stage many women begin entering perimenopause. Okay, your focus now shifts towards supporting hormonal balance and reducing excess heat in the body. Ayurveda recommends including foods that are bitter and astringent in nature. So these include fenugreek, bitter gourd, Indian gooseberry, and drumsticks. These foods are traditionally believed to support the body's natural hormonal transition and help maintain healthy liver function. So continue eating nourishing dals. A wonderful Ayurvedic drink during this phase is going to be CCF tea, which is made using cumin, coriander, and fennel seeds. This tea is traditionally used to support digestion and healthy hormonal balance. So have that in your diet. Continue eating pomegranate and seasonal citrus fruits. Fermented foods such as dosa, kanji, buttermilk can also be beneficial if they suit your digestion. Now, around at the age of 45, you may begin noticing that your menstrual cycles have become irregular. This is a natural transition phase, but during this phase, your goal is to calm the inflammation and continue nourishing your body. Now, if possible, reduce tomatoes and capsicum, or at least avoid their seeds if they don't suit your body. Avoid long daytime naps. Eat simple and nourishing meals. Khichdi is going to be one of the most beautiful foods from Ayurveda that you can include in your dinners now. You can also include soups, dalia, which is porridge, soaked fenugreek seeds, and herbal teas. The more consistently you nourish your body during this stage, the better equipped it will be for you to move through menopause phase comfortably. Continue to do your Abhyanga, continue to have the almonds and walnuts and fruits that we discussed. Continue to practice meditation if possible. Now, around the age of 46 to 50, this is the stage where many women begin experiencing hot flashes and night sweats. Remember something very important. How you experience this phase depends greatly on how you have cared for yourself over the previous 15 to 20 years. That is why I wanted to begin this conversation from the age of 30. During this phase, your focus now is going to be on keeping your body cool and well hydrated. Include water rich foods like watermelon, pomegranate, have mint, coriander, coconut water, barley water, and rose water if they suit your body. You can also have aloe vera juice, but in moderation. These are all known to bring, coolness in your body and increase hydration in your body. These foods can help maintain, your body feel more comfortable during hot flashes and night sweats. Now, around the age of 50, your menopause has usually occurred, meaning you haven't had menstrual cycle for 12 consecutive months. If you've been taking care of yourself over the last 15 or 20 years, you may notice that this transition feels much smoother. Some women even continue having regular cycles well into their 50s also. Everybody is different, but if you're already in this phase, embrace it. Slow down, celebrate everything that your body has carried you through. There's nothing to fear. This is simply another beautiful season of womanhood. At this stage, focus especially on supporting your bones. Include calcium rich foods like ragi, sesame seeds, rajgira, which is amaranth, bananas, milk, and vitamin D rich foods. If you feel that your appetite has gotten smaller, don't skip meals. Continue nourishing your body consistently. Now, around the age of 55, your focus shifts towards maintaining bone strength and supporting heart health. Continue including sesame seeds, rasgira, spinach, desi ghee, cow's milk, or coconut milk, nuts and seeds that we discussed. Continue doing your Abhyanga. Around the age of 60 to 65, some women may notice more frequent urination and changes in memory and reduced cognitive sharpness. This is the time to support your urinary health, nervous system, and pelvic strength. Include nourishing foods like, again, ghee, walnuts, flax seeds, avocados, warm soups, and nourishing milk. These are known to be traditionally helpful. If you're prone to urinary discomfort, cranberry can also be included if it suits your body. One beautiful Ayurvedic practice that can be followed during any stage of life is using a drop of sandalwood oil on your pulse points. It's calming, it helps cool the body, relax the mind, and brings a beautiful sense of peace. Now, in all these phases, there are a few pranayam practices that you can follow as well. I'm gonna make a separate video on the pranayam practices, but the practices that you can follow during these, uh, in fact, starting as early as your 20s or 30s, is going to be four important pranayams. Okay, number one, samavritti pranayam, which is box breathing. So inhale, hold, exhale, hold for same amount of time. So if you're inhaling for 5 seconds, then hold for 5 seconds, then exhale for 5 seconds, hold for 5 seconds, and repeat it. Do this for 5 minutes. Then Chandrabhedi pranayam, which is basically inhaling from left nostril and exhaling from right nostril. This helps cool down your body and releases excess heat from your body according to yogic science. Third is Nadi Shodhan. I'm gonna give more details in that video. This balances your left hemisphere and right hemisphere and brings stability in your mind and your body. It's definitely helpful if you are trying to bring balance in your hormones and your nervous system, the overall elements of your body. This is definitely one of the best practices that you can do. And the fourth is Brahmari Pranayam. Try doing these practices as well. And the last piece that I want to focus on is the 5 nutrients that deserve special attention during these years. Okay, first is magnesium. Foods like pumpkin seeds, chia seeds, avocado, cashews, bananas, black raisins, and even a little dark chocolate can help support healthy magnesium levels. Second, vitamin B12, which supports energy levels, memory, and helps reduce brain fog. Number 3, omega 3 fatty acids. So include flax seeds, hemp seeds, and walnuts regularly. They support joint health, help manage inflammation, and nourish the nervous system. Fourth, vitamin E, found in almonds, avocados, spinach, and broccoli. It plays an important role in supporting healthy skin and protecting the body's cells. And finally, vitamin D. Spend a little time in the morning sunlight whenever possible. Our bodies are designed to receive nourishment from nature, and sunlight is an important part of that. And before I end, I want to leave you with one final thought. Please don't watch this video with the fear that you are trying to avoid menopause or run away from aging. The more we fear something, the more it begins to occupy our minds. Instead, think of this as becoming the healthiest, strongest, and most graceful version of yourself. So you don't have to change everything after watching this video. Just choose one practice and practice it every day for the next few weeks, then slowly add another. Thank you for spending time with me. If this conversation helped you, share it with another woman, a sister, a friend, a mother, or someone who may need to hear this. And I'll see you in the next conversation.